Woo! What is going on? What is going on, brothers? It is your dude, Mr. International Passport. We are here again for another classic live stream. First and foremost, apologize about the Vietnam stream yesterday. We will get done in the future, and it should be an explosive, incredible stream. Okay, it's coming. Okay, so be patient there. Aside from that, so let's go into introductions first. First and foremost, please like the video when you come in the stream. Show support to the channel and the movement. Hit the super chats, please, for support. That'd be greatly appreciated. Hit the PayPal too. Join the Patreon for intel on stocks, crypto, and of course traveling, and how freaky foreign women are in the bedroom. Okay, only on the Patreon, the X-rated intel. Ruel, you've heard the stuff on the Patreon, right?
Oh yeah, bro.
So you want to know how certain groups of foreign women get down? Go on the Patreon, okay? Of course, book your IT consultations with me for IT guidance, IT support, IT mentorship. IT is the best career field for passport bros, for remote work, for traveling as well. Can agree over there. And of course, aside from that, Patreon course is coming early next year. Okay, so looking forward to teaching new people on the Patreon. Okay, so let's get straight into it. All right. Okay. This is going to be a crypto stream, a Bitcoin stream, and everything about crypto, and giving you crypto news for you passport bros. So before we break down the very summary of this stream, I got a very special guest here with me called Mr. Ruel. Ruel, how you doing, bro?
Very, very good IP. Crypto bull runs happening, bro. I'm ecstatic. Very, very happy.
Awesome, bro. Fantastic. So let's get straight into it. Okay, the title of the stream, you can see, brothers, is Bitcoin and crypto is about to go to the moon. Okay, so in the last several weeks, 3 weeks, a month, crypto market has exploded. Okay, so we got Ruel here, who's a brother who's very well versed in crypto, right? And we as passport bros, I'd say crypto can help to facilitate that process to leave the West, to help you fund your life abroad, or to have maybe extra income on the side. Okay, so Ruel, do you mind giving us a brief intro as to who you are, where you're from, and let's break down the crypto market and discuss what's happening in the space, bro?
For sure, guys. My name is Ruel Black. You can find me on my channel at YouTube at Black Ru. You can also find me on X at Black Ru. You can find me in most places at Black Ru, and that's Black RUE. I've been investing for like 4 or 5 years now. My channel's been around for about 3 years or 4 years. I was lucky enough to have a show on Benzinga for a while. Benzinga is like a Detroit stock news / crypto channel. And I had a show on there for a while. Most recently, I've been doing the show. Shout out Leo O'Connor. For most recently, I've been doing just my own show here. And I've been mostly doing crypto investing because I found crypto moves a lot faster than stocks. And in crypto, you have this built-in cycle, which is called the Bitcoin halving cycle. Basically, Bitcoin halves every 4 years, which means it halves in the amount of Bitcoin that you can mine. So it's kind of built in. It's almost a built-in bull cycle for Bitcoin. So whoever created Bitcoin, they're very smart in the way that they created it, because it also coincides with the presidential elections. So every 4 years we have a presidential election. Every 4 years we have a Bitcoin halving. And, in that, the market tends to go bullish towards a new halving. Okay. And this year was kind of no different, but a little bit different in that it was a little delayed in when the market went bullish. And, IP's been on here talking about it. There were thoughts that a Trump election would be better for the bull market for crypto, and so it has been, right? And I don't know how much further you want me to go now with IP.
Yeah. So, brother, okay. So I would say, right. Okay. Why did it pop off recently like that? Was it because when Trump won, the market was happy and they thought he's the best guy for crypto, or is it that type of that season where it's going to run eventually, brother?
Well, I think everyone was thinking that Trump would be better for crypto. Excuse me. Even though both candidates claimed to be crypto friendly, and even guys from Ripple, donated to Kamala Harris. Tim Draper, the guy I told you about, he donated to Kamala Harris. He donated to both actually, but so everyone thought that crypto was going to make it either way. But I think the perception was that Trump would be better for crypto. Not only did he speak at the Bitcoin conference that they have, RFK spoke at the Bitcoin conference, and RFK agreed to go over to the Trump side, if you will. So I think when Trump won, I think the perceived thought was, okay, now crypto is going to really, really kick off. And then we had a bevy of news, some of which you covered on here, which was Trump saying that he would do zero taxes on American cryptos. Now that news was absolutely huge.
Damn.
Yeah, and that news was so huge because now think about how any type of corporation that's over here and can buy crypto, beyond us, right? Beyond us, people who can buy American cryptos, right? The corporations are really going to benefit from this because they'll be able to have zero taxes on American cryptocurrencies. And most of the American cryptocurrencies are the biggest ones. And those are the ones that we've seen run, like the XRPs of the world, the Hederas of the world, the Doges, Cardanos, you name it. So we've seen those run because, there's so much money in all of those different cryptos and a lot of other American cryptos that we can almost think this is not just retail. This is institutions getting a jump on a possible zero tax asset.
Incredible. So we look at the time around the American elections, right? November 2nd, I believe, on a Tuesday. You see, Trump was announced to be the winner of the election, and Bitcoin has power jumped from around 69K all the way to currently over 100K for the first time in its history ever, reaching all-time highs. Okay, so things are moving steadily. Okay, they're moving steadily towards what we believe could be a parabolic bull run next year in 2025. So my first question to Mr. Ruel is Bitcoin and crypto about to go to the moon? Because in the last several months, things have ran. Okay, if I'm not mistaken, are we going further into space? Will we see even more crazy gains going into 2025? Is 2025 going to be the key year where things go really crazy, bro?
Not financial advice, of course. None of this what we're saying is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I personally think so. I think so. And I have a few pieces of news that I have to back that up. Let me go ahead and share my screen. So first one was what we mentioned. And let me know when you're ready.
Yeah, I can see it. Maybe bring it in.
Okay. Trump's bold move could make crypto gains tax-free. So they're going to talk about some U.S. coins, but we're not really concerned about that. We're just concerned about former President Donald Trump's administration could drastically change the crypto landscape with a proposed policy to eliminate capital gains taxes on U.S. issued cryptocurrencies. According to sources close to the transitional team, the proposal would apply to tokens created by U.S. companies, potentially turning the country into a tax-free crypto haven. Okay. They go on to mention some coins. I'll just show them to you guys if you want to see them. Cardano, which is took off. DAG, which is Constellation, and Solana, which even though a Ukrainian guy started it, they started it here in the US with their headquarters. So technically, they're American based. Now, the next piece of the news to understand, and this I always share this with the guys on my channel. Central banks are going to buy crypto come January 1st, 2025. Okay. Now, I know this would be like almost pie in the sky thoughts December 17th, 2022, when that came out. But now, Trump is talking about a Bitcoin crypto reserve and all this stuff. So this actually doesn't seem like, like pie in the sky anymore. And if I were to read this properly, because they kind of word it in a weird way. So in January 1st, 2025, this law will go into effect, and the new standard will limit crypto reserves among banks to 2%. Okay. That's how I read it. We can read it how they write it, which is this new standard limits crypto reserves among banks to 2% by 2025, which is completely inaccurate because the law hasn't went into effect yet. So they can't limit anything. So goes into effect on January 1st, 2025. So if we scroll down, what it says is they can get tokenized traditional assets, stable coins, and unbacked cryptocurrencies. And if I were to just bring up a chart for you here and a couple cryptocurrencies, American cryptocurrencies, and just like you say, right after Trump was elected, things went crazy. So Cardano went from 34 cents to $1.23 or 21. So that's almost like what, 4x, right? And that's American cryptocurrency. XRP went from almost 50 cents all the way to $2.50. Almost like what is that? Like a 5x? Four
Yes,
to
indeed.
5x. So XLM went from 9 cents all the way up to 49 cents. Another 4 or 5x. Hedera HBAR went from 4 cents all the way up to 33 cents. So all of these that I'm telling you about here are American cryptocurrencies. Swift, which I talk about a lot on my channel. Definitely go check out my channel if you want to hear about Swift coin. So it's went from 0.003 all the way up to beyond a penny, and right here now chilling just under a penny. And you can buy this on Coinbase, by the way. Stronghold, which is connected to XRP and Stellar, is built on Stellar. Went from about 0.002, and these are all American cryptocurrencies, by the way, that I'm talking about. Went from like 0.04 all the way up to 1 penny and a third. And crazy stuff. All American cryptocurrencies. So if we go back to this and look at this news, right? This news happened like November 18th. So some people must have kind of known a little bit ahead of time. And also, I know there was news that Cardano's founder, Charles Hoskinson, he put out that he was working with the Trump administration. So that's how we got Cardano to kind of take off like that. But then here recently, I don't know if you've heard, but Hong Kong said they're removing all taxes on cryptos to become their own hub. Okay. So this happened November 29th. So they are removing taxes on cryptocurrencies. And that's when we saw Asian related cryptocurrencies like a Jasmy, which is Japanese. You've definitely talked about Jasmy on this show. Let's see. Jasmy. That's when Jasmine took off. So you can see here around the 30th. Then it boom, took off. Went from about 2 cents, doubled all the way to 5 cents, was up at 6 cents. Another one, V Chain, also took off from like 2 cents all the way to, oh geez, like 8. Now settling in here at like 0.066 cents. So I think all of this is going to be really good news for cryptocurrency, as in like this incentivizes corporations now to get into these cryptos because they're going to have zero taxes on them, both in Asia, you know, in Hong Kong, which Singapore and Hong Kong are kind of the gateway to China and BRICS. And then here in America, you know, Trump is making it so all American ones are tax free. So really, 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 really good news there, I feel.
Wow, incredible, incredible. So things are moving, bro. Things are moving, and so we're now in the, would you say, phase one? In this crypto move, right? And phase two, move on into, go on, bro.
Well, I was telling people like on my channel, like you got like 23 days. Like honestly, when January hits and the central bank can invest, like that might be the flip of the switch moment. You know what I mean? Like, what's 2% of a central bank's reserve? I have no idea, but it sounds like a lot of money to me. You know what I mean? Like the article we just read, the central banks said they will be investing in January 1st. So that's like America's central bank, China's central bank, Britain's central bank. Like all the central banks can use 2% of their reserve. So then I think, you know, the top can blow off if they decide to buy right then and there. I don't know. Maybe they do it gradually, but who knows? I would rather be in before that. So what I told my people is, hey, like you got until December 29th. Okay. So about 23, 22 days. And that's what I said. Like you got like 23 days, guys. So that's what I'm saying to my people. Because once that switch is flipped, okay, like maybe there will be extra catalysts, like the SEC Commissioner Gensler resigns on January 20th. Trump gets sworn in January 20th. Trump will have to sign the laws to make the cryptocurrencies tax free. He's also talking about, which I don't know if you did a story on this. Let me see if I can pull up an article. He's also talking about buying more Bitcoin for a Bitcoin strategic reserve. So basically, like, you know how like the US and different countries have an oil reserve? They're talking about having a Bitcoin reserve. Now, you got to believe that'll push the price of Bitcoin so much.
Hey,
Did you hear about that one, bro?
No, what the flip?
Okay, yeah, let me bring up an article right quick. Okay, got it. And let me share. So the thing to know is that the US already has Bitcoin. They already have 200K, and we'll look at that in a second here. But basically Trump was saying, hey, let's be, you know how he talks. He's like, you know, it's gonna be the best, gonna be greatest, you know. So like let's be the best at Bitcoin. Let's go out and have a Bitcoin. You know what I mean? Like, let's go out and have a Bitcoin strategic reserve. So basically, it says here in this Newsweek article, the act outlines a plan for the government to acquire up to 200K Bitcoin annually over 5 years, potentially accumulating a total of 1 million BTC, okay, or around 5% of Bitcoin's total supply. Now, in addition to this, U.S. states are saying that they want Bitcoin on their reserve. So along with it, the altcoins as well. Hold on one second here. Okay, let me kill this article. It's getting too much energy here. Still there, IP?
I'm still here.
Okay. Here, let me stop the screen here.
Wow. So, Ruel, right? You're saying that.
Sorry about that. Let me see. Did it stop?
Yeah, I think. Are you back?
Ready. Sorry. Yep.
Awesome. So you're saying that brother's got 23 days to buy crypto. That's literally 3 weeks. And you're saying once it's past 23 days, you've missed a train. It's over for you. You ain't gonna get those gains. So 23 days to get in, get your coins, and pack your bags. Is that what you're saying, bro?
Pretty much, like 23 days to buy at a reasonable price, because all the cryptos I just showed you, they're up 4 or 5x, right? So you got 23 days to buy before they're like even ridiculous prices, right? That's what I'm really feeling with all of these catalysts coming up. Like, this is it. You got 23 days, and otherwise you're just going to be buying at like ridiculous prices.
Wow. Okay. So that's the limit now to buy it from now until then. But so brother's got until the end of this year to pack their bags. Now, the next question, Ruel, is what coins should brothers be buying? Because brother, there's thousands of coins out there in the cryptocurrency market, right? Only some will really pop off. Some will do 20x, 50x, 30x, right? So brothers want life-changing gains, Ruel. Okay, what coins should brothers be buying to get those life-changing gains, right, as passport bros?
For sure. One of which I talk about is HBAR. Here, I'll bring the screen back up here.
I'll bring it up. HBAR, right?
Yep.
I'll bring the chart up.
So HBAR, the cool part about HBAR is that it's owned and governed by some of the biggest companies in the world, right? And again, who stands to benefit from this tax break? These companies stand to benefit the most. So HBAR is owned and governed by Google, Boeing, Chainlink, IBM, Dell, and at 33 cents, it's still a pretty much of a bargain. Its all-time high is somewhere around like 60 to 30 cents, right? But I really think it's going to eclipse that and more. Just due to the fact that it's a DAG, which is it's like a little bit more fancy architecture than like a blockchain. And they have all these big people behind them. They're also members of the World Economic Forum. Hedera is, and so Hedera would be like a numero uno on mine, and another one would be XRP, even at this price. So XRP, if you bring those guys up, XRP is basically like cross-border payment, but for like the institutions. So instead of having like a bank have to clear your money and a bank having to clear the other person's money in a transaction, XRP can clear money in like seconds. And and there have been documents that have been written where people say, okay, well, XRP, one XRP could be worth 10K. Like that, there are documents that have been written like that by the World Bank and different organizations. I don't have those pulled up right now. Not financial advice and all of that. But yeah. But just think if and I showed this to my guys on a video that I made a couple weeks ago. XRP will flip Bitcoin. That if XRP, I really think it will. But if XRP had the market cap right now of Bitcoin, it would be $33 a coin. Now, keep in mind again that America's talking about buying 200K Bitcoin a year. States are talking about putting Bitcoin on their state ledger, and they will be able to do this tax-free. Okay, tax-free. So it only behooves them to be able to do this. So now bring in enter XRP. Everything seems to be legally okay with XRP now. They've gotten Gary Gensler, like they went down that road with the SEC and they won. And Trump's going to replace the current Gary Gensler is going to resign, and Trump's going to replace him with the guy who's crypto friendly. So I think XRP like is going to go way past what it is right now, way past it. And the first thought for me would be that $33 mark, where Bitcoin's market cap. Yeah, because some of the people behind XRP, as far as like Santander Bank and Accenture and stuff like that. Actually, let me share this with you guys.
XRP 10K per coin. Lord have mercy. Okay, you shared something, Ruel?
Yes.
Okay.
So this is SBI Holdings, one of their like info sheets. And if you can see here, this is Edmund D. Rothschild's fund. Okay. This is from March 31st, 2018. You can get newer funds, newer ones from him, and see this same thing that I'm going to show you right now. I'm going to search XRP, right? And this SBI Holdings, you can see here, it says SBI owns an 8.7% stake in Ripple's XRP. Okay. So you can see here, Rothschilds own a stake in XRP, not the company. They own an 8.7% stake in XRP itself. Now, think about the Rothschilds and who they are. Supposedly, they are the people that control the central bank. So they're not just waiting around for like $5 XRP. You know what I'm saying? Like they're going to be waiting for a big, big price. So understand that Rothschilds are holding on to XRP. And just one other thing I can show you guys here. This is a really nice site I like. It's called cryptorank.io. It allows you to see coins, but it also allows you to see the funds and backers of a coin. So we're going to put in XRP, and you're going to see some of the funds and backers of XRP, and it'll blow you away. And their evaluation too will blow you away. So we typed in XRP there. It's going to load here. You see funds and backers. So you see Santander Bank there. You see SBI Investment, right? Which we can just prove because we saw SBI Holdings with the Rothschild thing we just referenced, right? So we know this is the truth. Accenture, Pantera Capital, others, right? But raised almost 300 million, Evaluation 9.8 billion, which is craziness, right?
Damn.
So this is XRP. And you see this Pantera Capital. I'm going to bring up another image here. Shout out to the person who shared this on X, XX_1133_1221_11. You can see here, these are like former PayPal guys, right? So this guy, Jed McCaleb, you can see he's related to Pantera Capital. Not only is Jed McCaleb related to Pantera Capital, he's also related to OpenAI, XRP, and Stellar. Something that doesn't get mentioned much is that Stellar is a fork of XRP. They started as a fork of XRP. They say right now they don't have any share code, and that Stellar is like much different than XRP. But you can see that they had kind of like the same lineage since this guy, Jed McCaleb, used to work at Ripple and went on to found Stellar. So Stellar's also one to look at. But you can see here with his connection to OpenAI, he's connected to Elon. Oh, by the way, Elon's going to be on Trump's Department of Government Efficiency. So we have some of the same players and some of the same players relating. And this is Peter Thiel. If you guys have heard of the stock called Palantir and how Palantir basically can find anyone, Peter Thiel and Elon Musk started PayPal together. Okay. If you guys are not familiar with that, they're also investors of Stripe. Remember that, by the way. Remember that they're investors in Stripe. Because again, all of these things, Stellar and XRP, are all centered around payments and moving money. Okay. So again, it makes sense that a Rothschild, right? Central bank controllers are involved with XRP if it's supposed to move money, right? Doesn't that make sense? That makes a lot of sense to me, at least, right? Now, let me bring back up that site, cryptorank.io. Now, remember, we just saw Stripe, right? So I'm going to bring up Stellar. And we're going to see funds and backers of Stellar is Stripe. So I really, think that these guys sitting here at 50 cents and $2.50, like they're probably going to be worth way more because they're connected in with these guys, Musk, Thiel, McCaleb, and Rothschilds. Okay. So very, very, very huge stuff there. And one other coin that I mentioned on my channel a lot is Swift. And we got some of the same players here connected to Swift. If I can bring that up. Okay, so Swift. So Swift is a payment processing crypto. It's mostly based in the BRICS area. It's been on Coinbase forever, but it's starting to move now. And by the way, it's also an American-based cryptocurrency. I showed you its price right here. You can see here, and it's starting to move again here. Definitely check out my video where I said Swift is taking off. It was chilling down here in a 0.0033 area, now 3x'd. And remember, we brought this on the show for you guys before when it was down here in the 3.3 area. So you guys already got mad value on the show, like from Swift, from Jasmine that IP brought you, like when it was low, right? Like already changing brothers' lives. Just want to point that out. Like not only me, IP as well with crypto. So Swift under a penny, guys. Now watch who we relate Swift to. We've already related Rothschilds to XRP, Elon Musk to XRP and Stellar, Peter Thiel to XRP and Stellar, and Jed McCaleb to XRP and Stellar. So Swift, they say They're established in 2017, and they're backed by the renowned, they say renowned investors, Draper Dragon and Node Capital. Okay, this is Swift. Now let's look at Node Capital. I got their team pulled up. And what we're going to notice from one of their team, okay, is they got a Rothschild on their team. Very interesting, right? So let's check out Mr. Rothschild's bio here. 7 years of experience as a managing director in a prominent family office. You don't say. Ben offers deep expertise in investment strategy and financial management. As a seasoned tech investor and board member, Ben's network, particularly within Israel tech ecosystem, is instrumental in identifying and nurturing promising opportunities. Now, I went really, really deep with this on my channel. If you guys want to go to my channel and understand about the Rothschilds, understand about the Rockefellers, and understand about the Drapers, you will have to go all the way back to World War II. And what you will realize is that America created Israel after World War II. So it makes sense that the Rothschilds would have a prominent role there. Okay. This is just the facts. I'm not saying anything other than the facts here. So so this is Node Capital. Just to scroll up to show you guys that this is Node Capital. I mean, I think you can see my my URL, so you can actually see that this is Node Capital. But I'm going to scroll up so you can see that. Now, if we go to the Draper Dragons, you will see Tim Draper here. And this is Tim Draper. Tim Draper, they say he's worth like 2.5 billion. He's an American billionaire. But if you put together all of his assets and all his different businesses, I think the man's worth way more. And if you check out on my channel, Tim Draper, Crypto's Quiet King, you will know some of his investments, some of which we'll get into on here. But also the thing to note, his grandfather started the first limited partnership in America. So like the first like venture capital firm, his grandfather started it in America. And it was during this World War II time, like right after World War II time. Okay, so he's old money. Okay, this guy. And coincidentally, his grandfather, when he started that venture capital firm, he did it with Rockefeller money. If you guys are not familiar with the Rockefellers, John D. Rockefeller started Standard Oil. That was like the biggest oil company in the world. Okay, so when we mention Rockefellers, they're on par with the Rothschilds as far as like the amount of money and pull they have around the realm, around the world. Okay, so if we say Rockefellers, we mean someone just as big as the Rothschilds. So these are the guys that Tim Draper rubs shoulders with. So you can see here, these are Draper Dragons, and you can see he has, you know, a whole bunch of Asian guys on his team. This is his BRICS part of his team. So Draper Dragons, if you know, the Chinese refer to themselves as the people of the dragon. So that makes sense that he says this. And one other thing I want you to note is it's a dragon on a red shield. What does Rothschild mean? Red shield. That's just an aside. So, but let's go look at Mr. Tim Draper's Wikipedia, and you'll see kind of how much of a renowned investor he is. And understand that we're talking Swift now. But Swift, XRP, and Stellar, you can all think of them. Some of the same guys are investing in these. So you might not have ever heard of Tim Draper, but believe me, when I list off all the things that this guy is invested in, you're gonna wonder why you never heard of him. So his most prominent investments include Hotmail, Skype, Tesla, SpaceX, Twitter, Coinbase, Robinhood, which is a big exchange in America. Ancestry.com, Twitch, okay? All of this stuff. Initial investor in Coinbase. And one of the things, too, you will note is he's in a lot of stuff relating to Elon Musk. So there's that tie again. Tesla, SpaceX, Twitter, right? So if we go down here and look, and here it is. So just so you know that we're not fibbing on that, his grandfather, William Henry Draper Jr., founded Draper Gaither Anderson in 1958 and served as the first ambassador to NATO. And NATO, that's right after NATO is when they did this whole thing about creating the petrodollar, the dollar that was, connected to oil. And if you're connecting it to oil, now you're talking about the Rockefeller family. So that whole thing again. But yeah, this is Tim Draper. So when we're talking Draper Dragons, we're talking this guy. When we're talking No Capital, we're talking about that Rothschild. And then let's show you some things that Mr. Tim Draper here is invested in. If we bring up his Draper Associates. So we already showed you that he was invested in Coinbase, Tesla, and Robinhood. Now, if we bring up his Draper Associates, so this is another venture capital place firm that he has. He has the Draper Dragon one, but he also has the Draper Associates one. Now, this is going to show you how kind of big this guy is in crypto and his crypto investments. So on my channel, again, we track down that this guy might own part of Consensus. Now, if you're familiar with Consensus, you will know that they're the people who write the code for Ethereum. So on here, he doesn't list Consensus, but he lists Ethereum as something he's invested in. So not only do we have Coinbase and Robinhood, we also have Ethereum. But wait, there's more. The coin exchange, Gemini, remember Facebook guys, the Winklevoss twins, right? That how they supposedly, Zuckerberg stole the idea of Facebook from them. Well, they're invested in Gemini, and so is Tim Draper. So not only does he have the Robinhood exchange, he has the Coinbase exchange, he also has the Gemini exchange. And I bet a lot of you have never even heard of this guy, right? It's crazy to think about. Had you heard of Tim Draper IP before I mentioned this guy?
Nope.
Ledger, Ledger, the whole hardware wallet, Ledger. Yeah, he runs that one too. Maker, if you guys have heard of MakerDAO, yep, guys invested in that as well. We already covered Robinhood, which may be down here somewhere. Polygon, Matic, yep, that too. If you guys have ever heard of Propi, which is a real world investment, real world asset crypto that focuses on real estate. Yep, that's his too. So we got Ethereum. Okay, Tezos, if you ever heard of that crypto, he's in that one. He's an initial investor in that as well. So also, he's a big holder of Bitcoin. If you guys ever heard of Silk Road, he purchased from America some of the Silk Road Bitcoin. Not all of it, but some of it. So he's heavy in Bitcoin. And if you've ever heard of Bit Refill, where you can get like Bitcoin like gift cards, well, he that's his too. So dude's a beast out here. He's a beast. He's a beast out here. Now, to further connect him to Stellar, guy has his own university. He has his own school in which he just grows millionaires from the ground up. So if you got a good idea, he will invest in you and have you come to his school. So his Draper University is going to invest in a stellar ecosystem with new accelerator programs focused on AI and Soraban. And Soraban, you guys don't necessarily need to know what that is, but basically what it is it's going to bring smart contracts to the stellar ecosystem. So you can see here, Draper has connections both to Stellar, to Swift, and he has connections to XRP as well, which I'll show you right now. So let me bring up my. Okay, let's go back to Draper Associates companies so you can see. I showed you Robinhood before with that other link when we were on Draper's Wikipedia, but we can show you that again here in Draper Associates. So where is it? I think it's down here, the R's. Okay, there we go. Robinhood. It's also publicly traded. They're showing you the ticker symbol on the stock market, which is HOOD. Okay. So remember that he owns Robinhood. Now we're going to go to Twitter here and see that. Hold on. And be sure, guys, to come over here and follow me on X if you guys haven't already. It's at Black Rue. Gonna check some. We're gonna go down here and I'm gonna show you something that will connect Draper here. Okay, here it is. Wait, I'm sorry, I might have actually passed it. My apologies. Or maybe I didn't pass it. So basically here, okay, it's just a little bit above this, I think. So Robinhood, okay, here it is. So Bitstamp, in collaboration with Ripple, will launch their own digital derivatives exchange built entirely on the XRP ledger. And Robinhood agreed to acquire the cryptocurrency exchange like sometime last year. So Robinhood owns Bitstamp, and Bitstamp is going to launch their own Ripple digital derivatives exchange. Huge, right? So now we connected Draper not only to Swift, we connected him to Ripple via the company Robinhood, which he owns. We've also connected him to Stellar through his Draper University, which he is going to allow his Draper University students to launch new AI platforms on Stellar. And again, coming up here, popping this up, we've connected Stellar to Elon Musk and Peter Thiel, also to this guy, this gentleman, Jed McCaleb. Okay. Let's see here. One other cryptocurrency I guess I can give you guys here, and shout out to my patrons. I give a weekly watch list for my patrons, but I'm these are all cryptos that you could find on my channel that I recently mentioned in videos. So definitely go check those out. Another cryptocurrency would be Telcoin. Telcoin is an American cryptocurrency. They're also focused on payment. Let me bring up their. So you can see here, Telcoin also, right after Trump was elected, boom, went from 0.0014 all the way up to 0.0067, right? And you wonder, you're like, okay, well, it ran so much, but let me show you this, right? Last bull run, this thing already got up to 6 cents. Okay.
Damn.
So it can do it again. That would be a 10x from here, right? That would be a 10x from here. So don't look at this thing and think, okay, it's already run so much, I'm gonna wait. No, you got 23 days. Okay. You got 23 days. And what I want to show you about this one is this guy, Telcoin. Okay, so first of all, Telcoin is already a bank in the US, and they've been so since the 7th of July, 2021. There's this congressman, Mike Flood, okay? He basically was roommates. You can see here Senator Flood and Telcoin CEO Paul Nooner were college roommates at Notre Dame. And Nooner says his company will move its headquarters to Norfolk. Okay, so, whoops, and here we go. A cryptocurrency trading company will open a location in Nebraska. Telcoin recently announced the first crypto bank and will be located in the state of Norfolk, Nebraska. Now, here's some info. Like you might say, hey, Black Ruel, that information was from 2021. Do you have any more updated information? Well, yes, I do. let's look at that information, though. Why don't we? So a gentleman shared here. He shared something about, here we go. Sorry, I must have passed it again. Okay, here it is. So it says, incoming president and Stellar both tagged in the same post by a U.S. congressman. Okay. This is the same guy we were talking about, Mike Flood, right? Excited to work with President real Donald Trump to modernize America's financial system and usher in a new era for digital assets. So again, most friendly cryptocurrency regime coming in here with Donald Trump. I recently asked Stellar, here's Stellar again, about the benefits of opportunities a U.S. dollar-backed stablecoin brings to the average American. Tune in here. So you're like, well, Black Roo, that's the senator talking about Stellar. You know, is he still related to Telcoin? And I'll give you this information. Posted by Telcoin themselves, October 24th, where they say, thank you, Senator, or U.S. Rep Mike Flood, for hosting Telcoin at the Flyover FinTech in Lincoln, Nebraska this week, where our CEO, Paul Nooner, spoke on Innovation in Nebraska panel. We are committed to pioneering the future of blockchain banking in Silicon Prairie, which they're dubbing Nebraska. So here we have for you guys, all of these interrelate that I just gave you. Telcoin, Swift, XRP, Stellar. You could also say Hedera too, but yeah. So that's five choices for brothers, and a couple of which under Ascent.
Damn. So, brother, if powerful people are backing such coins, it's unlikely. Now, obviously, we're not geniuses here or Nostradamus. We can't tell the future, but it's unlikely that it will fail if you've got big backers behind it, right? Which is, so you want to get in before things really pop off next year. And you said 10x for Telcoin. What about 30x, bro? What about 40x, bro? I mean,
I know, like who can say, right? Because they obviously have presidential backing. They've been working since 2021, which we saw, right? I mean, I think 10x, again, not financial advice or anything like that, but hey, you could definitely see more than that. And with Swift as well.
Because, brother, with Swift, right? Look at the market cap. Only 39 million market cap. That's actually, I think that's low cap, right? Anything less than 100 is low cap price. That's a low cap coin with major backing. Now, so what are similar coins to Swift coin? Well, XTC, XRP, XLM, HBAR, and they have a market cap of 10 billion, 1 billion, 5 billion. Imagine this going to a minimum 1 billion market cap, brother. I think that's a 30x, right?
Yeah.
And that's a possibility, bro, because look at it. Major backings, low market cap. Okay. You know, it's very easy to go from 39 million to 1 billion than 100 billion to 1 trillion, right? So, brother, do you see Swift coin, right, going to a billion market cap at least in this bull run?
Well, my price target is 33 cents. And I think that's just like a easy, like, not financial advice, but that's my price target, 33 cents. And I compared it to another coin called Harmony One that did a similar move and last bull run. I also compared it recently on my show. If you look at Swift is taking off, I said like sub penny to $1. Has it ever been done? And I used this coin called Seek, and Seek did it. Seek went from sub penny to $1 in like 3 months. So could it happen? I really think so.
Bro, $1 for this coin, right? I think would be that would be around like a 40x. Lord have mercy. Jeez. Oh my goodness, bro. I mean, it's basically in the similar ilk of XTC, HBAR, XRP. It's in that narrative. And also, brother, it's also a US coin, right? It's a US coin. So
Correct.
this is a sleeper. Oh
It's
my goodness,
definitely a
bro.
sleeper. It's definitely a sleeper. It's definitely a sleeper.
Oh my goodness. So incredible, right? Okay. So next question for you, brother, right, is how long will the bull run last for in 2025? Right. So we're assuming here that as soon as Trump touches down in the inauguration, right, January is when things may go really crazy. How long will that craziness last for, bro? Is it for the whole year, or would there be a big crash near the end of the year, or is it from January to May, June? What is your analysis and thoughts there, bro?
My thoughts are, and people might think it's a little silly, but this is so true. I'm looking at March as a time that I'm looking to take profits. What you'll notice is that eclipse cycles tend to be when the market moves. The market moves with like astrology. I think it was J.P. Morgan that said something like the quote goes like, "Millionaires don't use astrology, billionaires do," and that's the quote. That's the quote. And I have certain, like, let me share this with you guys. I have a little. Let me share. I have a little macro that I can use on TradingView, and I'll share this with you guys. Let me share screen. Let me know if you can see my screen.
Got it, bro.
So this is called In Silico's Four Seasons. I think it's a macro anyone can have. But what you can notice here is in this dark spot is a new moon, and this is a full moon. And you can notice that, like with the spikes, it tends to seem like the things kind of spike on a new moon. We can look at Bitcoin with this as well. And it's crazy. It's crazy that like things happen like this, but they also say, that tides with the moon, right? Or tides come in on a full moon and things tend to be real crazy on a full moon night. So there's some correlation here, right? So we know things do happen with like full moon cycles. So would it be too crazy to think that crypto charts could be influenced by astrology? I wouldn't think so. But so here that there's an eclipse coming up on March, like sometime in March. So be aware of that. That's when I think I'm gonna start taking a little profit. But who knows how long this can go? Because again, we just read there that Trump and the administration was planning on buying Bitcoin 200K a year every year. But of course, there's going to be periods where the market goes up and down, right? So where I'm starting to look to take profits in March, sometime in March. And you know the old saying too that they always have is sell in May and walk away. So, March, May area is the time where I'm going to be looking to take some profit.
March, May. Okay, interesting. So would you say the bull run will last from January to around August, and then September is when the crash will happen, and then we have a bear market? Because there will be a bear market eventually, and then we wait to the next bull run in 2028 or 2027. So what's your thoughts there, bro? Will it be a solid 8 months in a row of just crypto popping off?
That's my thought. And you guys, can you still see my screen?
Yeah.
I was sharing something with guys yesterday about a coin called LCX. Let me see if I can find it. Someone had a. Let me see. LCX. Someone had like an LCX price prediction. Let me see if I can find it. LCX. And in their price prediction, they had for LCX to kind of fall sometime in 2026. So maybe that is when we get the bear part of the market is in 2026. But let me see if I can find that. Okay, wait. I think I remember the guy's name. LCX is another one I'm pretty high on too. Okay, I think I'll be able to find it. And I just did a video on LCX, by the way, called LCX Will Take Off When This Happens. Nice video for brothers to go check out. But here we're going to look at this estimate or price estimate that this guy gives. And LCX is connected to these cryptos as well, by the way. You'll notice in his article here, he's going to mention a lot of the cryptos we were talking about. But, if you want to know more about LCX, come over to the channel. Like, we won't talk about it too much here. But he says here, following literature uncovers the sleeping giant in crypto industry known as LCX Exchange. It is an exchange. It's also a member of the World Economic Forum, like Ripple, like Hedera. And it's based in Liechtenstein, like this really, really small, rich country between Switzerland and Austria. And of course, Switzerland is where the World Economic Forum happens. But if we go down here, you see they're going to he mentions Ripple, DAG, which we didn't really talk about, but it's also American crypto, XDC, Stellar, Hedera, Quant, LCX, Algorand, IOTA, and Casper. But if we go down here, we're going to see his price predictions for LCX, which he says $1.06 at the end of 2024. Right now, LCX is chilling at about 39 cents. And then he says 2025, $13.36. And then he says 2026, $2.67. So from his prediction here that he's offering, I think he himself is expecting a bear market in 2026. And I think that might be accurate.
Flipping heck. So that coin LCX flies on a 2x in a month. Wow.
Yeah, and I
Flipping
definitely
heck.
think it can be a $13 coin. It's another one. If you look at the market cap, it's only around like 300 million. And a
Mhm.
lot of that just happened. If we go back to this price chart again. And again, if you know about LCX, you know it's like it's a member of the World Economic Forum. It's an exchange. It's also going to be a blockchain bank. You know, they used to have that information on the World Economic Forum, but they took it down. And I think they took it down because I put out a short on it and stuff. I've been really kind of blowing that up. I really think I got them to take that information down. But you can see here LCX. And I believe this is one I've also mentioned on the channel before. But again, I still think like 39 cent is just, it's going to go way past that.
Damn.
Yeah.
So I know it's pumped up quite heavily, quite goodly, 2x, right, in last month. But you're saying still you got 23 days. Buy it now, buy it next week. You got 23 days to get all your bags in order. Doesn't matter if it's run up already. Think about where you're gonna be in 2025. Think about where you're gonna be in May, June, right? And think about you buying it back in December and seeing your bags pump up, even though it's already pumped up already. That's incredible, bro. That's insane. So basically, the best times to buy crypto was obviously uh throughout the year, last year too,
Mm-hmm.
or right now before 2025, right?
Yep.
So this is it. It's now or never as passport bros, right? Now or never.
And one other cryptocurrency that I should tell, I want to share with you guys, one called Velo. Okay, so it's at 3 cents right now. Me and my guys got it like over here, bro, like at
What?
0.003. Yes, yes. So we already got the 10x, but this
No.
Velo, bro. Okay, if we go back to a week, the week chart, this was as high as $1, and I think it's definitely going to get back to $1. So one of the things I want to show you here with Velo is these guys. So Trump elected a new, like, Gary Gensler's replacement, the guy that's going to be the next SEC commissioner. This next SEC commissioner used to be an advisor for a company called Securitize. So let's look at this right quick. So okay. So this company Securitize, which has BlackRock ties, by the way, congratulates this guy for being the next SEC chair. Okay. So keep Securitize in your mind. Congratulations to Securitize Advisory Board member Paul Atkins on his nomination to be the next SEC chairman. Okay. So keep that in your mind. Now we're going to go over here and we're going to say Securitize and Velo. And we're going to see that Velo. This is good. This one's going to bring it together too. We're going to see that Velo Labs brings BlackRock. So
What?
that's BlackRock ties tokenized short-term treasury fund to Southeast Asia. So Velo and Securitize are working together. Velo Labs, a global pioneer on Web3 based financial solutions, today announced that assets that back Velo's Velo's USDV token, the stablecoin of Velo ecosystem, are now comprised, of investment in BlackRock's USD institutional digital liquidity fund, Build L. So these guys are going to put that on their network. They're going to be working with Securitize and BlackRock. So Velo's really huge. Now, guess what? Velo is built on Stellar. And we're going to go to Velo's website right here. And we're going to know, and we're going to see who's an advisor for Velo. So we're going to a team. And we're going to see that our man, Jed McCaleb, here he is, back again. Same guy, right here, back again. Same dude connected to Elon and Peter Thiel with this Velo cryptocurrency, which don't be confused because there are two Velo cryptocurrencies. The one we're talking about is red with this type of symbol, and you can buy this one on Uphold for those guys who are in America. I'm not sure about the guys who are in different country, but I just want to show you guys because there are two different ones. So Velodrome Finance, which it's a good cryptocurrency, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about this Velo.
Damn.
So yeah, when I saw the alert, I thought I should let people know about that one as well. And that's sitting at 3 cents.
Bro, I just seen Velo all-time high or Velo what it did in the last one, bro. There's a big drop from where it is right now. If it gets back to where it was in 2020, bro, I think that's a 50x or 60x.
There we go,
the
right?
Flip. Yo.
Yeah.
and look at the people backing that coin as well. Like, so those are real people with power, with influence, within, that connected with OpenAI, BlackRock, etc. These are what they're doing in the background, right? This is how how do I say in coded words? This is how the secret society runs. They're in the background doing things that you don't know, and they're making money every day, right? There is a different world where elites are just on a whole different planet where we are as normal people, right? But guess what? I want to be an elite. I want Ruel to be an elite. I want brothers in the past were both supposed to be an elite, right? And let's get it, man. Let's get it. Flipping heck, man. Whoa. Yo. So, Ruel, right? BSV, Bitcoin SV. What is going on with that coin? Obviously, there's a lot of lawsuits around that guy and BSV. Is there hope for BSV? Bitcoin SV, blah, blah. What's your thoughts there, bro?
I think so. We know that IBM's backing it, and IBM also backs, by the way, Stronghold, which we mentioned. IBM also backs Hedera, which we mentioned. And the thing is, BSV, I think you can say it's an American cryptocurrency since it's just, a break off of Bitcoin. When all these American cryptocurrencies go up, we probably see BSV go up as well.
Okay, so when will these American cryptocurrencies go up? Is that when Trump signs that Bitcoin strategic reserve, or when he passes a legislation that favors cryptocurrency? When you keep saying American, when is the day going to happen where it just pops off these American cryptocurrencies?
I think there's going to be two dates. First, when the central bank decides to buy cryptocurrencies, if that's one of the ones they buy, we see the price go up in it. So that's coming January 1st. Then the next date will be whenever Trump decides to sign this law, which Trump has said that the first 60 days he's looking to get things popping. So as soon as he gets into office on January 20th, Gary Gensler saying he's resigning. So I'm assuming then Paul Atkins, who we just saw, who is an advisor to Securitize, will be in there. And we already know he's crypto friendly. I can show you things that connects Securitize to like other cryptos besides Velo, but just do your own research on that. And you can see that Securitize is deep within cryptos. So if this is the type of guy that was already an advisor for them, we already know he's going to be pro crypto. So he's going to get those laws passed and taken care of. And, that's when I think we see them pop.
Awesome. Awesome. Now, when will retail get into crypto fully, like where they're going into Dogecoin? No, when is it? Is it when interest rates get really low, or is
When
it
you
when we have Bitcoin
retail
money?
or
Yeah,
institutions?
we know. I think institutions are in right now, right?
I
Do you
think
think
so.
so?
I think so. I think so. I think they're trying to get a jump on this tax break. But I think once he signs the law officially too, I think it's not going to be like a buy the rumor, sell the news moment. I think they're just going to pump even more money in after he officially makes the law a law. So I mean, it just behooves them. It's zero taxes on it. So you know what I mean? Like it's just there's no good reason why they wouldn't, because they don't have to pay any taxes on the gains. Like, so everything that, all of these different companies have been involved with to begin with, now they're just not going to have to pay any taxes on it. It's crazy when you think about it, but we just saw, right? Or I think I've shown this to you in the past, how Hedera is owned and governed by all these different big companies, right? Now they're not going to have to pay taxes on any of the money that they're going to make from these coins. They're not going to have to pay taxes on Bitcoin. They're not going to have to pay taxes on XRP, which they know they want to use already to move money around the world. So they're not going to pay taxes on any of this stuff. I hate to laugh, guys, but it's funny. It's almost like it was planned, right? It's almost like that was the plan to begin with, because it was. You know what I'm saying? Like, not financial advice, but that's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. It's almost like it was already planned. So these guys are going to make like tons and tons of money, because there's going to be there's going to be no taxes on this stuff. And hey, we can take advantage of that by knowing. And Ozzy, I agree with you. Like, beware of pump and dumps. That's why I'm saying, like, all these cryptos we mentioned are not like hot to a coin. Okay, all of these cryptos that we mentioned are backed by really, really big guys, all the real corporations. I just showed it to you, right? And feel free to double check any of the information I just showed you, right? We just showed you Hedera, which is backed by IBM, Google, etc. We just showed you XRP, which we showed you they're doing things with Robinhood, Tim Draper, right? And we just showed you Rothschilds and how they're connected to XRP and Swift. We just showed you how Tim Draper's connected to all these different cryptocurrencies. We just showed you how BlackRock is connected to all these different cryptocurrencies. And we know BlackRock has an Ethereum ETF. They have a Bitcoin ETF. So we know they're connected to all of these. We just showed you Telcoin and how a U.S. senator is connected to that, and how, so how that senator is going to work with Donald Trump and the administration on crypto payments. We just showed you how Elon Musk and Peter Thiel are connected to Stellar. So I mean, what we just showed you is no pump and dump. What we just showed you are real cryptos connected to real people, real powerful people, right? And this is no slight on Ozzy. You do need to be aware of pump and dumps. I just wanted to let you guys know that the things that we showed you are not that.
Awesome. So, so do you think retail will get in the day Trump signs that bill, or is inaugurated?
Well, I would say retail needs to get in right now. Retail needs to get in right now. But I think there's so many people, because guess what, right? I'm glad Ozzy brought that up, because didn't Haktua just have a pump and dump? Like, literally, she just had a pump and dump coin, And I think most people see that and they think, oh, crypto scam. Crypto's a scam. If we got Hot Tua doing this, why would I buy crypto? But you got to understand that there's a big difference between crypto that's a scam and blockchain / DAG technology. Those are way separate things. These like meme coin scammy like rug pull things are way different than Stellar, XRP, which are meant to make money, and the transfer of money very simple, very easy, very much more efficient, right? So these are major things, but I think when most of the public sees that, they just see crypto as a scam, and most the public gets like the TikToks of Hot to a coin scam. Like they don't get a TikTok of, oh, well, Securitize and BlackRock are investing in Velo. And, the next SEC chair was an advisor to Securitize. No, they get, well, hot to a coin, hot to a coin girl. Here we go. Crypto scamming again. You know what I'm saying, IP?
Yep. Facts, bro. Absolute facts. Awesome, man. Awesome stream so far. So let's open up the phone lines if people have any questions. Shout out to Mr. X Panther Capital for the support. What currency is that? R dollars. I don't know what that is. But thank you for the support. Hey, have you checked out the Shiro chart? The developers of Shiba Inu launched Shiro, and it's already reached a 400 million market cap in no time. Definitely worth a look. Have an awesome weekend. Thank you, bro, for the heads up. Much appreciated, bro. Thank you very much.
I'll write it down. I'll check it out.
Awesome, man. Awesome. So let's get your brothers to call in. Okay. So if you have any questions for our guests, feel free to call in. I'll leave a link over here. Call in. Flipping heck. Awesome stream so far. Awesome. All right, brothers, call in. Here's a link in the live stream chat. If you want to call in, maybe share your crypto story, or maybe call in to ask any questions. The phone lines are open for you. Okay. So, question here, Ruel, right, is what makes crypto move, right? Is it based on regulation, right? Lack of lawsuits, or is it that every 4-year cycle where it's time? And that's how Satoshi Nakamoto made it that way. What makes it move?
It's a combination of everything you just said. I think the 4-year cycle has a lot to do with it. And I think he planned it that way with, it goes right on presidential elections. And who knows, presidential elections might have been planned that way for something as well. So he just, went right along with that plan. But in addition to all that, Bitcoin has only halved like 2 or 3 times or something like that. So that's also really big. And also, in addition to that, this is the first cryptocurrency bull run and change where we actually have a crypto-friendly regime as far as America goes. So, and I think a lot of countries look to America as like kind of like the beacon of freedom, like it or not, right? So a lot of countries are going to be looking and saying, if America says this is okay and they like make this okay, well, we can do it too. Like, look at what I just showed you with where Trump said he was going to do the 0 taxes for American cryptos, and then we had Hong Kong saying, well, no taxes for our cryptos too. So I think this is going to be a nice big cascading effect. And it's all going to go kind of center around crypto regulations coming and making things clear. And they're going to be favorable crypto regulations, because I was totally thinking like, okay, F the taxes, I'll deal with the taxes when I have to, right? But now 0 taxes, right? Now 0 taxes. Now that changes the whole entire game. That like that blows the top off of anything that I thought was possible, because now it's going to be beneficial for institutions to come in and put their money there because they won't have to tax it.
Wow,
like that's
amazing.
crazy. That's crazy to think about.
Wow, incredible. Thank you, bro. So, BLX, can you turn your camera on in the background? So I know you're not a troll. Yeah, you confirm BLX. Thank you, brother. Much appreciated. Turn your camera off. Let me bring in BLX in the background. How you doing, bro?
Yo, what it do? Can you hear me?
Loud and clear, man. How you doing, man?
Doing great.
Awesome, bro. So, brother, do you have any questions for our guests?
Well, I don't have any questions, but I do have a comment, which is
Fire away.
that there's been a lot of talk about tax law changing, which can happen. And hey, you can even say that it's likely. But, and someone can correct me if I'm wrong, but tax law is it's a legislative decision, not an executive. So it still has to pass through Congress. And then the president can decide, hey, is this good for our country? And approve it or veto it. So it's not like the president can say, this is going to be our new tax law. There's things that have to happen first.
That's what I'm saying. So I don't know. Are you American?
Yes.
So the Republicans got like they swept the election, and every almost all of them are crypto friendly. So there's not a worry there,
Right.
because all of the House and all of the other members are Republican. So I don't think there's any worry there because they're all crypto friendly.
Right. And like I said, I could say that it's even very likely to happen, but it's not as though, lots of promises are being made by someone who doesn't directly make that decision, right? So, for example, like the president can say, Gary Gensler is out, right? That's entirely up to his authority. It's no one else's decision, right? So what I'm just saying is that lots of promises are being made by the people who don't specifically make that decision, although it's very likely it's going to happen, but just keep that in mind.
And I understand what you're saying, but I would answer that like this. And again, very likely is from your own words. I would say, and I showed you like very many crypto charts, right? I would say, due to price action and the price action we've seen in all of the American cryptocurrencies, I would say that that price action shows that it's highly likely, because I showed you something like what, like 9 or 10 different cryptocurrencies, and you would have to agree, right, that that's probably not retail that's moving these things at that tune, right?
Yeah, I agree.
So based on that price action, I would think that institutions are already kind of pricing in that that's going to be a law. That's my thought there, along with um, Republicans swept everything as far as like congressional, presidential, and whatnot. And crypto lobby has spent tons and tons of money to kind of help this happen, and it's happened. And we also now have a crypto friendly SEC chair, which we just spoke on, Paul Atkins. Um, so based off that, the price action, crypto friendly chair, all Republican House and Senate, it looks very likely to me.
Yeah, and I would definitely say that this is probably the best scenario that could have possibly happened for crypto. So, yeah, I would say things are still looking up.
Yep.
But that was it. That was my comment.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah. Yeah. I really think that. And also to add, I saw that, and we shared that here. Hong Kong just made theirs, their cryptocurrencies tax free. So I think they're kind of getting a jump on America, since America's it's highly likely that they may do it. So I think it's all heading in that direction to say, okay, like worldwide frenzy on cryptocurrency.
Yeah, I've definitely seen a lot of, let's say, China centric tokens pumping, like off the top of my head, DOT, and then a lot of the tokens that Justin Sun has
Yeah.
has pumped too. That doesn't mean I'm going to buy them or anything like that. But yeah,
Well,
like things like Tron and whatnot, you can definitely tell that China is starting to get back into the game.
it's funny you mentioned Justin Sun. Have you been up on the Justin Sun news recently?
I guess not that much.
So check out a video on my channel. I put Justin Sun and his curious moves. So Justin Sun recently bought a cryptocurrency, 30 million. He put 30 million into a cryptocurrency supported by Trump. And what Trump did after that was name him an advisor to that cryptocurrency. So I don't know if Justin's like, hey, Trump, if you do any tariffs, just leave Tron alone or whatever, right? And I can bring these articles up for you guys if you want to see them. But
Wait a second. Are we talking about the what was it called? The Liberty Financial thing, the thing that
yeah,
his kids made?
yes, we are. Yes, we are. So Justin's son spent 30 million, bought 30 million tokens with Tron money, and became an
Wow.
advisor. And they made him an advisor for that project.
Wow. Yeah, I don't know. That definitely had to be like politically motivated. Like I don't remember looking at the chart too much, but I remember after the launch, like it didn't look like it did too well.
It didn't. It didn't. It did not do
Yeah.
well. And with this Justin Sun buy, it's doing better. And I think you can still buy it. Not financial advice. I don't own any. I don't know if I'm going to buy any or not. But I think you can still buy some for a cent and a half a coin. But it's very interesting that Justin Sun, not only did he bought a banana, like an art banana that he ate for like 6.2 million,
Oh yeah,
and
I
then
remember
he
that.
and then he spent the 30 million and became a advisor for Trump's Tron project, or Trump's crypto project. So we got that as well. We got that as well. So it's very interesting that happened, along with Hong Kong saying, "Hey, no taxes for our cryptos either. No taxes for cryptos here in Hong Kong." So now all the Chinese and Singaporean businessmen can get crypto tax free for Hong Kong people. So very interesting.
Yeah, the things
Look at
that
this.
billionaires can do.
Sorry, man. Shout out to Soul Shader for the support. I doubled my money on H bar. Got in at 17 cents. Well done, bro. Congratulations. Good. Awesome. Right. Sorry, fire away, BLX.
No, I was just saying the things that billionaires can do.
Yeah. Plus, Justin Sun's got that diplomatic immunity because he bought a political position from Grenada. So
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that were he not like in China and were he not like Chinese, like I'm pretty sure he would have been like at the top of Gary Gensler's like hit list, in terms of like people that they wanted to like bring in. Or because I remember like they brought in like, I mean they were pretty much like targeting like everyone that they could, everyone that has money, pretty much started like going through the ringer. But Justin Sun, he's in China. You're not gonna like get the Chinese to hand over one of their own across the board. That's just not gonna happen. So I don't know. Maybe if I was in the same situation, I'd probably just stick to the homeland too.
Yeah, and it's interesting because Justin Sun used to work for Ripple as well. So another Ripple XRP connection there. And he also was like a young global leader for the World Economic Forum. So there's those guys showing right back up again. They tend to be, whatever's going on in the World Economic Forum, they tend to be a part of it. Crazy how that happens.
True. Very true. Very true. Well, now that we're here, I do have another question. If we have time, I don't know what the flow is.
Ruel, when do you have to go, bro?
I can do another 10 minutes.
Okay. Go on, BLX.
Right. So for me, in terms of figuring out when this cycle is going to end, or figuring out where, like, approximately, like the top is going to be. And I know, there's no like surefire way to do that, but and I'm sure that just like myself, you probably have like a host of different indices and indicators to like figure out like when we're starting to get overheated. But to make things simple for this question, what do you think is your number one indicator, like the one that's going to hold the most weight to kind of tell you to say, like, you know what, I should start taking profits heavily right now?
Ooh, I like the week chart RSI. The week RSI, the week time duration RSI tends to be the most truthful for me.
Week RSI?
Mm-hmm.
What's that?
Cool.
So it's if I can, let me share my screen here. So
okay,
let me bring up Swift. So one of the reasons why I was able to tell people the Swift was going to take off is because on the week chart, it was sitting like right around here. I was like, okay, well, it's going to go to oversold. It is going to go to oversold because every other crypto had done it. So on the week chart, it was like sitting here, and then we had this, right? So I tend to use the week chart for if something is going to bust out. You can see here, Velo or Telcoin did the same thing. Velo did the same thing. Stronghold did the same thing. It's a really good indicator for me. And then you could take it out even further to look at like maybe a month chart, but I don't really try to go that far out. Usually just a week is good for me. Week
okay.
RSI.
So going into next year, 2025, right? Looking at this chart here, is there something on this chart here that will tell you, okay, we're in March 2025, we're in April 2025, something's happening in this chart, I'm getting out completely. I'm saying I'm taking profits.
It would have to be something like, I'm really looking for, like, again, this is just one piece. Using this along with the stochastic RSI and eclipse charts. Like for instance, the FTX debacle, that whole thing happened like when it was actually kind of when it hit and Bitcoin dropped. That was the same date as a lunar eclipse, which was like November 18th or 22nd, 2022, I believe, around that time. So again, there's a lunar eclipse coming sometime in March. That's the time I'm going to start looking to see, okay, is there a drop going to happen here? And again, March is kind of not too far around the corner from May. And you have the whole sell in May and walk away type thing. If you look at Bitcoin, even this May, I think we had a drop. Yep, see, right here, May 10th, and big drop. So the sell in May, walk away type. Oh, that's 21. Okay, let me see. Here, can I zoom in? Oh, well, yeah.
And then it goes back up again.
Then this one actually went up this May, but I could have sworn this May we didn't have a good time in the market. It must have happened earlier this May.
So when that happens, Ruel, right, for you, do you swap all your coins on your wallets, exchanges to USDT or USDC, and then you hold
USDC,
it for the next
USDC?
Why?
Yeah. Well, USDC has Circle. They have connections with the World Economic Forum.
So you will swap your Swift coin, your Telcoin, your HBAR, your Velo, etc., into all USDC.
Yeah, I would.
Okay.
They have connections to World Economic Forum. Different people say they don't like Tether, and I can see why they say that. But I would say USDC because they have a huge connection to not only Stellar, but they have connection to the World Economic Forum.
JP Morgan as well.
Okay.
Yep.
So from USDC, you then change that into proper cash, liquid cash, right? You swap your USDC for actual currency. Do you do it as soon as possible, or can you wait, let's say 5 months? Can you just leave your USDC coins in exchange on your wallet for a couple of weeks, couple of months, or would you advise us to sell it for cash as soon as possible?
Again, not financial advice or anything. It's up to you how you want to handle that, because certain people too will go to like a DeFi, and they will go to DeFi platforms and they will earn interest on their USDC. It's up to you on how you want to handle that when we actually get into a bear market. But some places can offer up to 20% interest on USDC, but that always scares the hell out of me. The heck out of me, because of the thing that happened with Celsius, right? Celsius offered like 20% on USDC, and a lot of people got their money like taken with Celsius. So I would be very careful if some place is offering like 20% interest. I would try to look for some place that is audited and accredited. And I don't know. I would look for something like a safe like interest rate that a company should be able to keep up, right? I think Upholds, which is a very accredited U.S. company, they're like another exchange like Coinbase. I think they offer like 6 or 7%. So that could be an option, but that would probably be the option I'm going to go with. I'm probably going to switch my US when it comes bear market time, switch into USDC and see where I can find a safe interest rate for USDC and just earn interest until it's time to rotate back into cryptocurrencies.
Oh, okay. So brother, to get actual cash, right, from a crypto, that's swap Swift coin to USDC, right, and then swap USDC to currency. Would there be does USDC have enough liquidity to be, how did it say, liquidity in USDC to actually swap your USDC into currency? So let's say you swap your Swift coin. Sorry, bro. Let's say you swap your Swift coin to USDC in March, right? And then you wait until, let's say, November, later next year, to actually swap USDC to currency. Would it do that? Would there be enough money in USDC to get anytime you want to?
I believe so. There never has been a problem. I know Coinbase, they treat USDC the same as they do a dollar. So if you swap something and it's in USDC, like it's no extra fee to switch the USDC to cash. They treat it exactly like a digital dollar. Because
Okay,
it kind of is.
It's their
interesting.
token.
Say it again, brother.
Interesting. So
I was saying that it's their token.
So for you, Ruel, right? So what is your exit strategy, bro? So let's say a Swift coin, bro. Let's say it does a 50x or 100x, okay? And let's say you invested $1,000, it's now turning into 200k, right? Would you then swap that to USDC, brother, in March?
Yeah,
On the same day in March?
I'd probably like take like 75 to 80% of it and swap it to USDC and be happy somewhere. Go go take a trip somewhere to London or something like that, bro. Yeah.
Take cash out
Yeah.
from USDC, turn that into cash.
Well, I turn it into USDC, and I probably get interest on it and Uphold or some place that I thought was accredited that's giving a decent enough interest rate, but not enough where like 20% where I feel like they can't keep that up, sustain that over time. Because I think that's what happened with Celsius. They just couldn't sustain giving people 20% forever. And it like bankrupted them. So, I would look for a place like accredited place, like I said, Uphold. Again, not financial advice. This is just what I'm doing with my portfolio. Find a accredited place like Uphold, get a nice 6 or 7%. Because 6% or 7% on like 100 or 500k is pretty nice, right? That's like that's great. And then if you go to like $1 million or something like that, 6 or 7% is a nice little salary. So, seems like the best. That's personally what I'm going to do, and be looking for opportunities elsewhere in other markets like the stock market or whatever's popping in crypto, as well, because even in a bear market you have things that move. So that's going to be my strategy. And for me, my price target personally for Swift is 33 cents. If it goes higher than that, great. But I also never fully exit a position because that I believe in, because you never know if it's going to moon higher, right? So, you get that extra little bit and maybe, okay, Swift goes to $1 from after that 33 cents. Now I can take out more, make 10% more and leave that last 10%, but that's my own personal strategy.
So when you get paid interest on USDC, does it pay you in cash or it just pays you more in USDC?
USDC.
Okay, awesome. BLX, what's your exit strategy, BLX? Are you a USDT guy? Are you USDC? And would you hold your USDC for a long time with USDT before changing to cash? Or would you change to cash immediately at BLX?
I would definitely hold USDC just because they're collateralized better than USDT, because they mostly hold like corporate debt and stuff like that. Whereas USDC, not only are they backed by JP Morgan, which is part of the whole money printer deal, but you also saw, just like a year or two ago when they were having that bank issue with Silicon Valley Bank, then the Fed actually recapitalized some of their losses. So it's now they've got like a proven track record that if something does happen, then the Fed will step in. So yeah, USDC over USDT. In terms of cashing out, I don't really trust banks. I don't really use the banks a whole lot nowadays, but I probably would take out some portion into fiat just to kind of like spread around the risk. Probably up to the FDIC insurance level, which is like a $250,000, and just have that in like maybe like one or two banks, maybe like one like offshore bank account. But I'm probably gonna hold majority on chain.
Okay. On chain meaning on an exchange, right?
No, not on an exchange. Anything but an exchange. I'm talking about DeFi on like a digital wallet.
Okay. So why not on an exchange? If you have like 2FA, if you have like a strong password, should be secure, right?
Because exchanges can go down and they can have like regulatory scrutiny. It's not technically your token, and like they could also go bankrupt, and the token belongs to them if it's on the exchange. You're just like a third-party creditor.
Interesting. So you would say move your cryptocurrency into like a soft wallet, right? Or hard wallet?
I mean, I definitely prefer hardware wallets, but to me, in my own mindset, almost anything is better than having it on an exchange. So MetaMask would be like kind of like a software wallet, and then you could connect like a Trezor to it and make it like a hardware wallet. That would probably be like the best case scenario for me.
Okay, but if you need to sell your currency, do you then send your coins from a hardware wallet to an exchange to sell it, or from an exchange or hardware wallet into a software wallet to swap it for USDC or USDT? I think you can swap from a coin to USDT and USDC on a software wallet, right? But not on a hardware wallet.
No, you can do it on a hardware wallet as well. So you can go to a decentralized exchange, something like Uniswap, and you can actually do a swap using your hardware wallet DeFi wise, and you can change it from USDT to USDC. Now, if you wanted to go into cash, you want the traditional fiat dollar, then you probably would use an exchange, or you could have an OTC guy, which will change money too, but you're probably not going to do that in very large quantities.
Wow, awesome. You want to add that, Ruel?
I'm sorry.
Oh, did you want to add to it or no?
No. That's great. No,
Okay,
that's perfect.
If we look at right USDT and USDC, right, USDT has a market cap of over 100 billion. USDC has a market cap of 41 billion. So based on market cap, right, USDT has more liquidity, right? Could there be a chance where when you're trying to swap your USDC into actual cash, right, there won't be enough money to do so in USDC? Or is that literally impossible because it's a stable coin?
Unless you have 42 billion, then I guess it wouldn't be possible. But if you just have, a couple million, then I don't think there would be any issue.
Awesome. Okay. But there'll be a lot of people who are swapping from USDC into cash, right, in the billions, right? Could there be a problem if everyone's doing that at once? I'm sure they. I don't know. I'm just trying to be, cautious here. Like, there's more money here, less money here. What's your thoughts if everyone's trying to swap it into currency from USDC into currency?
I mean, I would still do USDC. If your liquidity is like a really big issue for you, then yeah, you could do USDT too. I mean, USDC is better, but USDT has done things to become more friendly with the regulators, like over like the last couple of years. So I would say there's a really good chance that nothing bad is going to happen to both of them. But if I wanted like the most certain one that nothing bad is going to happen to, then it's USDC.
Agreed. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Awesome. I think Ruel needs to drop off. I think we're over his 10 minutes limit. Mr. Ruel, thank you very much, for coming on here, brother. Do you have any closing statements, brother? Or do you have anything you want to chime on before we wrap up the stream?
Well, yeah, definitely. You guys can follow me at YouTube at Black Rue and X at Black Rue. Pleasure talking to you, brother. BMX.
Same here.
And thanks so much for having me, IP.
You're welcome, man. Thank you, Ruel. Appreciate you, bro.
Peace.
Take it easy, man. Salute to you, Ruel. Thank you, man. Awesome. So, brother in the chat said, what did he say over here? Only sell a third, never sell your crypto. So I want to know your thoughts there, Belas, because I feel like if you're in a bear market, right, or before it hits a bear market, you want to sell everything and buy it again, right? Why would you hold coins that will drop down in value during the bear market? Just get rid of everything before the bear market happens and then buy again while it's low. Isn't that a good strategy?
My own personal thought is that I do agree in the part where he says don't sell all of your crypto because, as Ruel said, there's always a chance that something could moon a little bit higher than what you kind of like expected it. So you don't want to blow your whole load in one shot. You want to take profits in in chunks, right? So, whether or not you want to do it in thirds, that sounds like a pretty big chunk, but you can decide how much you want to, what percentage you want to take profits at each stage of the market. But I agree, don't do it all at once.
Awesome. So anyone want to call in? Let's go. We can go for another 10 minutes before we wrap up the stream. Anyone want to call in before we wrap up the stream? Any questions? Any thoughts on the stream? Let me know. So Mr. BLX, so keeping your crypto safe. You're saying when you buy your coin on an exchange, send it from an exchange the coin to your hardware wallet, right? Any hardware wallet you recommend, and and hardware wallets to make it easy to send it from, let's say, Binance, Coinbase, Uphold to your hardware wallet?
I personally prefer the Trezor wallet just because it's been around for a long time. Even though there have been some, almost every wallet's had some sort of hack, but most of the hacks that have happened generally only take place inside a lab. So there's never 100% guarantee that that your money will be safe from the smartest people on earth. But at most, you will have bought all the time in the world from your average common petty thief if someone were to burglarize your home.
Okay. And but the Trezor wallet supports every cryptocurrency? Because there's thousands upon thousands, all right?
Natively, no. So if you just go to the Trezor suite, it's going to only support they got a list that you can look at which ones it supports. But when you hook it up to a MetaMask, so you can actually connect it to your Web3 wallet, then it supports a whole lot more. That it gets pretty close to all of them. So let's say that you wanted to get a token on a new chain that just launched, and obviously no one's going to support it. Well, all you need to do is hook up your hardware wallet to your MetaMask, then add the chain ID in your MetaMask, and put in the correct settings, and then your Trezor will also be working with your your MetaMask to hold the key, because that's all the Trezor wallet does. I know that the term wallet is a little bit of a misnomer. It kind of makes people think that the token is actually inside the wallet or inside your computer, but all it does is it holds your key to the blockchain. So when you have a hardware wallet, it's not holding any of your tokens. It's holding your private key to the chain so you can access them.
Interesting. And brother, what happens if you lose, all let's say if you lose your hardware wallet, right? How do you get back your coins if you lose your hardware wallet?
You should have written down a seed phrase when you first created the wallet, and you can restore your access, or basically the key is kind of like your seed phrase. So you can restore access to all of your tokens just by getting a new wallet and entering your seed phrase.
Oh wow, that okay, interesting. Okay, so basically, your coin is stored in a hardware wallet, but it's actually stored in Trezor's, let's say, database, right? To get it back,
No,
I'm assuming.
no, it's not stored in their database. It's stored on the physical device, and Trezor does not have any access to it.
So how
Trezor,
would you
the
get it
company.
back then if you lose your actual physical hard drive, or how do you get it back?
Because your Trezor device only stores the key that has access to the chain. So you writing down your seed phrase is going to tell the Trezor device, this is what my key is to access the blockchain that has all of my tokens inside of it.
Oh, so it's on a blockchain. Oh, interesting. So so you lose your device, but you kept your seed phrase. Then you get a new device. You enter your seed phrase in that new device, and it pulls your coins from the blockchain.
Right.
Okay, interesting. Wow, great information. Thank you, there, BLX. And brother, with Trezor, you can actually put the USB into your phone or your laptop, and then you can actually swap your coins to USDC using the Trezor application.
It has a USB connection. I don't think you can plug it into your phone, but laptops work just fine.
Wow. And but there's like a platform that Trezor provides where you can actually do the swapping to USDC or USDT via Trezor.
Yeah, they have a platform.
Oh wow, okay. Awesome, man. Okay, yeah, so that means your coins are secure in a hard drive away. So, brother, how do you keep up to date with prices then? Obviously, your coins are on a hard drive. Do you just you have like a watch list or app that you use to check your crypto prices, or do you keep plugging in your USB into your laptop to see where it's at?
No, that would be that would be very tedious. No, yeah, you can use different watch lists, right? You could use like a portfolio watcher on either Dex Screener, or you could use Coin Market Cap or CoinGecko. There's lots of websites that do that.
Awesome. And does Trezor have like your cost average? Let's say you put like $500 into a coin, right? You put it on the exchange, then you move it to, let's say, your Trezor wallet or hard drive, right? But you forgot you actually invested $500 into that coin, obviously for taxes, right? So does Trezor have your average cost basis, or that's something you have to note down yourself on a paper that you know what you invested in?
No, you'd have to note that yourself, because
Mm,
you could have received those coins just from like an airdrop, right? It could have been
mm.
like zero value. So there's no real good way for it to know, like, what your cost basis is. So you'd have to keep that down separately.
Awesome. Wow. Amazing. Thank you. Thank you very much, BLX. Any other tips for brothers when it comes to crypto?
Yes, I actually have one more thing I wanted to mention, which is that when I asked Ruel about like what his biggest indicator was for kind of like figuring out like what the top was. Yeah, I was going to actually say that my biggest indicator was the Bitcoin Pi cycle top indicator, which I'm not sure if your channel has ever mentioned that, but it's basically an indicator that looks at the certain moving averages and kind of looks to see like when those averages cross over. Um, is there a way that I could share my screen? I could show if
Yeah.
you want.
Yeah. Share your screen. There should be a present option
All
at the
right, let's
bottom of your
see.
screen.
Present, share screen. Let's see. Should be this one. All right, let me know if you can see my screen.
I'll bring it up right now. Yep, I see it now.
All right, so this is the Bitcoin Pi cycle top indicator. What this basically does is it compares the 1100 moving average with the 350-day moving average. And what someone noticed was whenever these two typically cross together, that usually indicates like a top. So you can see like this is the tops that, you know, the double top that happened around 2013 and then around 2017. And then
Scroll
last
down.
cycle, 2000.
We can't
Scroll
see it.
down.
You got to scroll. Yeah, so we can see the year. Is there a year at the end so we can see?
Oh, yeah, the year is at the bottom, right around here. Oh, so you can't see. Let me
We
see
can't
if
see
there's
it
a way
the
to.
whole screen.
Let me see if I can like zoom out or something. Can
Try
you
and
see me
stop
scrolling
sharing.
down?
No, so I say stop sharing and share it again. So if you
All
zoomed
right.
out, stop sharing.
All right, let me stop sharing. And let me share this again. You know what? I think what had happened was I was probably sharing like the wrong screen. Because I think I had like two of those windows open. All right, so let's try this again. Where is window? Let me share this window. That's probably going to work out better. All right, let me know when you can see my screen.
Fingers. Did you just find my Twitch channel, or are you from the YouTube channel itself? Let me know, Fingers. Fingers UK. How did you come across my Twitch? Did Twitch recommend it to you? Let me bring in your screen right now, BLX. There you go, bro.
There we go. Yeah, I think I was looking at like a different screen. Okay, so this is the Pi cycle top indicator. So you can see here, you know, on the top that happened around 2013, 2017, and you know the last cycle 2021. What it compares the 1100-day moving average and the 350-day moving average, and when these two have like a crossover, that's when uh, people start noticing that that's usually around the time the tops happen. So this is kind of like one of the indicators that I keep like a close eye on. It kind of like gives you a good idea of like the momentum of the market because like you know once the market like really starts pumping, that's when like the two typically kind of cross over, and you can see that it doesn't look like we're like really close right now. So we probably still got like a couple more months to go. But this is definitely one that I keep my eye on.
So when the top happens, right? Is that when you start selling? Is that when you sell as soon as possible? Or is that when the bull run actually just goes really up? What happens when the top
Uh,
happens there, bro?
that's usually when Bitcoin reaches its top, which is not too far along from like most other cryptos. So I wouldn't tell anyone to try and time the exact top. I would say that, you know, as you know, if you're using this chart and you notice those lines are getting closer together, I would say like, you know, start thinking about, you know, taking like percentages of your portfolio and taking them off the table. You know, you can decide what percentages those should be. But like, you know, as these start to get closer, that's probably a good indicator to like start saying, all right, you know, it's taking like 10%, 20%, 30%, and you know, we're putting this off to the side. Yeah, that's what I would do.
Interesting. Okay, so let me just see that right quickly, right? So the top. So it looks like it's quite close there. Um, interesting. So the last top, right, was in 2021, right?
Right.
Interest. So I see that red line. So we're looking at, okay, so there's some gap there in 2024. Okay. So when that cross happens there, bro, would you say it's advisable to start selling some crypto, sell maybe 50%, 70%, 80% when that cross happens?
I wouldn't even say wait until it crosses. I would say as it's getting closer together, start taking profits because, nothing's a guarantee, right? Maybe this chart breaks like, this next cycle and, technically the top or the crossover doesn't happen. I'm just saying, this should be one of like many indicators that you use to tell like, all right, it sounds like everyone's kind of like already bought in, the taxi driver is telling me how much he made on Doge. I'm starting to see, OnlyFans girls talk about crypto now. Maybe it's time to take more and more off.
Yeah, this is great info, BLX. Because I still think we're early. I think like Ruel said, this is this whole month. Doesn't matter what price crypto is, just get in and then let it ride throughout 2025. So I'll be watching that chart. So when it gets very close to each other, those two lines, then I'll start. I think brothers start taking some profits. When it crosses, selling everything, just in case, sell everything. Because I know we want to reach the top right, but so for example, like Doge, I think everyone is waiting for Doge to hit $1, right? And I think when it hits $1, bro, I think there'll be a huge sell, right? So maybe you want to start getting out at 90 cents, 88 cents, right? I know the top is great, but you don't want to be caught holding the bag. Is that a fair point there, BLX?
Yeah, I mean, no one knows where the top is going to be, right? There's tons of speculation about it, but that's the game. No one actually knows.
Awesome. Okay, so when normal people, Bitcoin's at 100K, and I'm sure there should be news popping up about it, but I'm not hearing people speak about it. Okay, that's interesting, right? So when do you think people will start talking about crypto? Is it when Ethereum pops off? Is it when Bitcoin reaches 130K? I mean, 100K is a big deal, and everyone should be talking about it, but it's still a bit quiet from retail.
Yeah, it's still a little bit quiet. I haven't quite heard as many people talk about it. In fact, if you look at Google Trends, I don't think it's being talked about as much as it was last cycle. Google Trends. You can search for something like Bitcoin, and we should be able to compare this with like the last time. Well, not sure why it's not working this time, but last time I was able to search for it, and I was able to bring up the trends for it. But Google Trends is usually a pretty good way to tell like how much people are like talking about cryptocurrency in general.
Okay, interesting. And can Google Trends show you that when there was a peak talk of Bitcoin, when it was very high, that's when you got to start selling? But is there some sort of chart when it's very high? You're like, okay, that's quite high. I'm selling everything. Is that a fair statement there?
Yeah, because I mean, the more normies tend to talk about it, that's kind of like an indication that everyone that was going to buy has already bought. So at that point, you want to be in the selling mode by that time.
Good. Okay, this is it, man. Start getting these things ready, because we ain't holding no bags, man, over here. I tell you that, brothers, man. This is it. Let me try and bring up myself. No enough data. That's interesting. Okay, I don't know what's happening there. Do that
Yeah, I
tomorrow.
don't know why. Yeah, I don't know why it's
Go on.
doing that. It's worked before for me, so I'm not sure what the issue is right now.
Awesome, man. So, BLX, how are you feeling for crypto? I mean, do you think you're set now? Do you have your coins in place, or are you still looking to buy before the end of the year? Do you believe Ruel's statement that we have 23 days until to pack our bags? After that, the train has left you. What's your thoughts, bro?
I don't know, man. I've been packing my bags since the FTX collapse. That's when I was buying. That's when I was buying like right around there. So I've been doing that for quite some time. So uh, if you haven't already packed your bags, the ship is already sailing away. So
Mm, yeah, I think yeah, I think this truly probably is the last month. Because I think we're waiting for like 20x's, 10x's. Let me bring up a coin, right? Because I don't know what your thought is, right? Is this coin like, let me bring it up. Matic, all right? And looking at what it did in the last bull run, right? You're thinking, what coin could do that? What coin could pop off like that? Okay, so let me share my screen real quick. Present share screen IP, share screen on this. Okay, look at this BLX. Okay, so Matic, look how flat that was. Okay, then it pops off to over $1. That's 100x from 0.01786 to $2.21. That's 100x, bro. That did that in May, dropped down, then went up again to another rise in December of that year in 2021. So 2 questions for you, BLX, right? What coin in this upcoming bull run could do this 100x? Okay, and that's the first question. Number 2, so there was a peak here in May, then it dropped down in July, then peaked there again in December. Would there be 2 peaks? Do you think it will follow the previous cycle? There'll be a peak in May 2025, then dip, then there'll be another peak in the market at the end of this year in December. Okay, so what's your thoughts on those 2 questions there, bro?
Yeah, I mean, looking at the chart over time, it looks like it did peak and like it looks like it did do like 100x like when it first came out. So I don't know. Shout out to you if you had that insider info, but I don't know. Just looking at the chart from a distance, it doesn't look like it's able to like reach like those all-time highs like it did before. And I have I have a creed that I stick by when I invest in coins, which is number one, whatever token I'm holding has to outpace like Bitcoin and or ETH, because otherwise I would just hold on to Bitcoin and ETH because those are like the surefire wins. And then the second thing is that a token has to always outpace. It always has to make a new high in like the next bull run, because otherwise then that can kind of be like that can show some like weakness in the market. So I don't know. For me, looking at that particular token, it would be a no for me.
It'll be to invest in. That's fine, bro. Do you think there'll be another? So do you think in 2025 there'll be a peak in May, then there'll be a dip, then there'll be another peak at the end of the year in 2025, or trying to follow these past trends is a wrong way of looking at crypto?
Oh, yeah, I do think there's most likely going to be a peak in May. What the number is, I can't say, but it does seem to follow the pattern.
And there'll be another peak in December 2025.
Yeah, I mean, generally, when you look at when crypto has pumped, you'll notice that all tops and bottoms, and I'm referring to Bitcoin because it's the mover of the market, but all tops and bottoms generally happen in November, December, and January. And you can look it up for yourself, like see like where the absolute peaks and bottoms were on the chart, and they always happen like around those months. And I think it's has more to do with like the way humans think, kind of like changes like around those times. Like I don't know if it's just like the holidays or whatever, but generally you'll see like pumps happen in kind of like the spring summer-ish area, then also in the like more holiday season, like end of the year area.
Okay, thank you, bro. So look at that, man. Market cap of 66 million to 10 billion. Yeah, that's 100x. So, brother, what coin is gonna do what this coin did? Any idea, brother? What coin do you think that could do 100x in 2025?
Well, I mean, that's the magic question, right? Which one's gonna do the most pumps? But I really don't like putting that kind of like that kind of I don't know what to say, like that kind of jazz into universe, because like then that just kind of like incentivizes people to. It's like, oh well, I'm just gonna invest in the thing that's gonna pump the hardest. I'm just gonna throw all my money in there, and like that's really what you shouldn't do, because those kind of investments tend to be like the most risky. Um, but I don't know if I had to like throw one out there that looks like it could pump pretty hard and might reach around those ranges. I would say Pulse Chain is probably going to be one of them.
Wow. Okay. Okay, interesting. Shout out to Mr. Ali for the support. Ali, thank you, bro. Happy 2025 IP. Let's go, bro. Let's hope 2025 will be the best year of our life so far. End of year stream coming, of course, this year, where we celebrate the past year, best streams, highlights, etc. And then we'll have a beginning of the year stream in the first week of 2025, where we plan the agenda. I mean, let's hope 2025 will be the best year of our lives, man. I hope so, because we tired of the Western bullshit. Oh, sorry, Western BS. Ruel, thank you for the support, bro. Just so people know, Matic is Paul now. Coinbase still sells Matic, but it's Paul now. Okay, thank you, bro. Much appreciated. I don't think Polygon will do what it did in the last bull run. Another 100x. It's already at a high market cap. That'll put it in there. Ethereum, XRP. That's not happening. Probably do it 4x, 5x. But let's see what happens, man. Let's see what happens. Thank you, BLX. Anything you want to chime in, Bobby, before we end the stream?
Sure. I'll just dish out some general advice, which is make sure that you write down your seed phrases whenever you make them and put them in like multiple spots, and take your tokens off the exchange.
Okay, brother. Okay. Thank you, bro. So what was I gonna say? Yeah, Bobby. We have to do that stream right before the year ends. You remember, right? The stream we planned from summertime.
Oh yeah. I'm good for that.
We're gonna do it. Okay, let's do it, bro. Okay, I'll reach out to you privately to get that done. I want to get that done before the year done. The versus stream, and we'll see. We'll compare those two countries. Ruel, thank you, bro, for calling in. I'm feeling a bit generous today, so I may go on for another 10 minutes. You can stay on if you want to, BLX. You can drop if you want to. But brothers, make sure if you want to call in, if anyone calls in the next, let's say 2-3 minutes, I'll go for another 10 minutes. If no one calls in, I'll wrap up the stream. And maybe we'll have a great Sunday. Okay. So yeah, this was a very insightful stream. Very insightful stream. This is it, man. This is it. How are you feeling for next year, BLX, man? Do you think crypto's going to do well for you? Do you think like it's going to change your life, BLX?
Oh yeah, I think that next year is going to be extremely profitable. So I'm looking forward to it.
You've been packing your bags up for a minute, right?
Oh yeah, for a couple years. So yeah.
Wow. And let's say, realistically speaking, brother, right? You have enough funds to retire. Would you do it, or would you still be working?
I think that even if I did have enough money um, to not work, I would still like find something to do. I do have like a magic number in my head that would make me like quit my jobs and head off into the sunset. But uh, well, I don't need to get to that number, right? So if I'm taking whatever the market gives me, so if I make it there, then great. If not, then hey, I can. I'm still living like a pretty good life, so and just hang into the market a little bit longer.
Mm. You know what's funny, right? Is that a lot of people still don't believe in crypto. A lot of people still don't believe in it, and a lot of people, whenever they hear crypto, they look at you funny.
Yeah,
Remember, to get out the rat race, right? You gotta think outside the box. A lot of people just want to with a 9 to 5 job, benefits, 401k. But if you really want to get out that rat race, you want to move to Miami, Dubai, etc., you got to think differently and outside the box. And I think with crypto, brothers are thinking outside the box, right?
yeah. I
Go on,
think
bro.
that a reason why like a lot of people still don't like. I don't want to use the term believe, but I guess that's what I'll use. Believe in like crypto or like see the value in Bitcoin is because I think a lot of the older generation, like the boomers, like for something to like have value, it has to be like tangible, like gold. Like it's got to like fit my hand, or it's got to be like a store, or I've got to see like a corporate office or something like that. Which it's still like I mean, I'm sure that thought process like served them, you know, back before like the digital age. But something things intangible things can have value that aren't in the physical realm, but are in the digital realm. So it is what it is.
Facts, absolute facts. Um, I used to think like that as well. Like, I can't feel it. I can see McDonald's. I can go to McDonald's. I can have, burger, fries. And there's also there's a stock from McDonald's, so you can invest in it because you can see, you can feel it. But with crypto, it's more about digital stuff, technology, things you can't really touch in your hands, but things happening in the background. And you know, I've learned from my mistake. And again, to get out of the rat race, you got to think outside the box. This is the future. Tech is the future, and crypto will be a part of us now. Trump has realized it. The whole guys who were against crypto during Biden's term have finally come around to it. Let's see what happens in 2025, man. Awesome. So, any closing statements, Bill? Before I'm definitely going to end the stream now. You good?
Yeah, I'm good. I don't know. Just stay safe out there, guys. Don't don't go around buying like influencer tokens like Haktua, or I don't know, all the Squid Game tokens or anything like that. Always like do your research on like whatever you're buying. Find out who's developing the token. How big is the community. Do they put any effort into tokenomics? Do more than that than just figuring out, is it funny or not? And hopefully that will help you stay safer.
Awesome. Thank you, man. So, everyone, thank you very much, BLX. Thank you, bro, for the support. And brothers, thank you for the support. Remember, join the Patreon for info on crypto stocks, traveling, foreign women. And I'll see you all on the next video, okay?